Are you ready, kids? Because I, the Adventure Jew, am ready for some more SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. And in this episode, we're gonna go downtown Bikini Bottom, and from all that screaming we heard just now, sounds like there's a lot of chaos going on down there.
Downtown Bikini
why.
Bottom. Once a bustling metropolis, now a debris-covered crater.
SpongeBob, the robots are destroying downtown Bikini Bottom. We have to evacuate!
All right, but it's gonna take a while to get all this dust.
Not vacuum, evacuate. We have to get everyone to safety.
Can we just load them up in the boats?
That won't do any good.
Why not?
Because the robots have taken all the steering wheels.
Couldn't we just drive in a straight line?
No, there are too many turns.
Those fiends, they've thought of everything. Never fear, Mrs. Puff. I'll get those steering wheels back.
SpongeBob, if you're involved, I always fear. But I tell you what, if you can pull this off, I'll give you a golden spatula.
How about a driver's license instead?
Nice try.
Did you really think that was gonna work, SpongeBob? Anyway, here we have an interesting little gimmick that appears in not all levels, but a lot of them. And that being a central collectible for that specific level.
Cha-ching!
In this case, steering wheels. There are 11 of them, and you saw me just now grab 2 of them. They're scattered all throughout
love
downtown
opening
Bikini
presents.
Bottom, and in some cases, they're even found in places you'd never expect them to be, like on rooftops.
Sometimes
Okay,
pushing a
maybe I
simple
shouldn't
button
have
is the
been
most
so close to
satisfying.
the thunder
Push,
sticky
push,
when
push, push.
That cannon fired, something at it. But if we get it just right, we'll be able to make all these thunder tickies go boom.
Fresh like a spring breeze.
Get behind these. Also, there's a specific episode where SpongeBob was shown having 3 pairs of underwear on at the same time. I don't remember the name of the episode, but I do know the line where he says, "I'm wearing 3 pairs of underwear right now." I just don't remember what it was called. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. I'll figure it out some other time. Actually, there might be a new playable character that will be able to help us out. When SpongeBob touches this ball, he'll change into a SpongeBob. You can roll quickly as the SpongeBob, but you can't do anything else. Being hurt or pressing any button will change you back to your normal self. And in this case...
I'm rollerific.
Ah, the puns. Ooh, looks like we got ourselves a new enemy. How did he do that? Never mind. I don't even know. Anyway, what you saw right now is a spinning robot called the G-Glove. You can't get close to it, or else it'll slap you like there's no mañana. So how do you kill him? Just stomp on him from above, like you saw me just do just now. Oh, this is a little bit of a dicey puzzle with all this hot sauce lurking around. Luckily, though, once you solve the puzzle, it stays completed. And hitting certain thunder tikis like this one,
Bringing it around town.
in this case, literally. That's actually a line from the SpongeBob episode Bubble Stand, where he has this weirdly complex bubble blowing technique. No, I don't get it either, but hey, I like the idea of bringing it around town. As for Downtown Bikini Bottom itself, I don't remember the episode where it appeared for the very first time, but one of the episodes I remember most vividly featuring this town is the episode Wormy, where SpongeBob and Patrick take care of one of Sandy's little worm pets and become enamored with it. But when it...
Bringing it around town.
Yes, SpongeBob bringing it around town. But when the a worm becomes a butterfly, or a horsefly, SpongeBob and Patrick are terrified and basically send the entirety of Downtown Bikini Bottom into a frenzy. Like a bunch of idiots. Now, I don't know what this robot is specifically called, but I know one thing, its breath stinks. So, don't get too close to it unless you want a face full of sock stench. Sorry, I couldn't come up with anything witty.
This door is locked from the inside. Who would do such a thing?
Locking doors from the inside is common practice, Bubble Buddy. But yeah, that little thing...
Hey, you! Patrick needs to do laundry.
Over there, that lighthouse, there's actually a way to get to it from the top. It's not gonna be easy. Okay, so I can't reach it. I don't know what I was... There should be a way to get up there. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about Jellyfish Fields, specifically about King Jellyfish. His very first ever appearance was the episode, I'm Your Biggest Fanatic, where eventually, Kevin suggests catching a queen jellyfish, but it was just a ruse. And said ruse apparently angered the king jellyfish.
Hi, Gary!
Oh, what's this?
Meow? Yes, thanks for noticing. I have been working out. Meow! Not done? Doesn't that mean meow? Oh, that's the entrance to the rooftops which leads to the lighthouse? Aha! There's another golden spatula. I could really use that. Meow! What do you mean get Sandy to help me? Meow, meow. Oh, that gap looks big. Okay, I'm definitely not making that jump. How is anyone going to get across there? Uh-oh, more robots. Holy Dutchman's ghost! That gap looks impossible! And impassable! Okay, I'll go get Sandy to help me out.
What were you thinking, SpongeBob? It's not hard to ask for help. It's never a bad thing to do so either. I mean, look at Sonic Heroes.
Too pretty.
If it weren't for Tails and Knuckles helping him, Sonic never would have defeated Eggman, let alone that giant metal Sonic monster. You know what's weird about this, though? You'd think you'd have to unlock Sandy at a later point in the game, but... Nope. Yep, that's right. No introduction. No special quests. You just get to that bus stop and she's right there for you. Not entirely sure why, but I ain't gonna complain about it.
Well, that's awful pretty.
A friend of mine really loves Sandy. And I'd argue that Sandy's the smartest character in Bikini Bottom. And you can kind of tell she is. I mean, she's a foreigner who lives in a air-based tree dome. Not only does she have good brains, but she has
I'm getting
excellent
dizzy just
claws.
watching.
Can lasso things like it's no one's business, and excels at karate! Right, back to business. I love how Sandy is able to fly with her lasso. Okay, it's more gliding than flying, but still. That must be a pretty good lasso if it's engineered like a helicopter of all things. Alright, here we go. Bam! Sandy can do a chop by pressing the square button. If you chop all in the air, you'll perform a karate kick. That tickles! Okay, I have no idea how or why they were floating like that. Sandy can swing from a hook by pressing the circle button. Observe. Heh, not bad, huh? Sandy can lasso a robot by pressing the circle button.
Claps for messing with Texas.
Wait, that robot this? I don't recall him saying anything like that, but okay. Yeah, Sandy has a bit of a knack for getting upset with those who call out to diss Texas. I mean, she gets mad. In the episode Texas, SpongeBob and Patrick insult Texas, Sandy lashes out at them. Granted, it was meant to lure her to the Krusty Krab, but could have practiced a bit more discretion. Anyway, we're now about to do a rooftop run. And you'll never guess who's up there.
Hey, Larry, what's shaking?
Sandy! Boy, am I glad to see you. I need your help. My TV reception has been terrible lately. I need to have someone replace my old antenna with this shiny new one.
Yes, sir. That there antenna is shinier than a $3 bill. Well, why don't you replace it yourself?
I'm not really much of a jumper.
So, what's jumping got to do with it?
Because the old antenna is up there.
Woo! That's taller than a glass of Texas iced tea.
The robots have blocked off that building, and I can't do all those fancy moves you and SpongeBob do to get across these gaps. All I can do is flex! Wanna see?
Yeah, great. So what are you gonna do with the old antenna?
Oh, that? It's yours if you replace it with a new one.
Well, I have been getting bad TV reception in the tree dome. Okay, Larry, you got a deal.
Oh, sounds like they're on common ground. I like it. It makes sense since they're both the brawny ones of the SpongeBob universe. I'd say Sandy and Larry have one of the best dynamics in SpongeBob, precisely because of how strong they are. Heck, there's an episode where SpongeBob gets fake anchor arms. Oh, uh-oh. Look out! Lady! The residents of Bikini Bottom are so stupid sometimes.
The shinier, the better.
Like, did she not even notice the shadow above her? Anyway, that robot fires rockets, but we have a better long-range game than that robot, clearly. Uh-oh, there's another Duplicatotron up there. And for those who don't know why I said they don't run, it's a joke based on a Sonic level. Probably one of the most famous ones, even. And yeah, somehow, the robots managed to spread the steering wheels all the way up here. And if we beat this clam, we'll get a timed event where we gotta swing from Texas pole to Texas pole, which I think goes back all the way to the beginning of this section. Uh-oh! I gotta remember to hold down the circle button when doing this.
Flying squirrel coming through!
Sandy, you're fine. Also, that crowd cheering sound effect is similar to the original. Also, fun fact about Sandy just being playable right from the beginning without needing to unlock her. That was also the case in the original game. She gets no introduction and she's just playable. What's even weirder is that there's a quest later down the line where you have to help Sandy clear out all these robots that are invading her tree dome. You'd think that would be the point where you unlock her. Also, Sandy has a bit of an ego. Oh, there's a cartoon conspiracy episode talking about SpongeBob's characters being based on the 7 deadly sins.
Surprise, everyone!
The one...
That's for messing with Texas!
That was a bit of a delayed reaction to getting damaged, Sandy. But there's a steering wheel here.
Feeling refreshed!
And the whistle we hear was also of a higher pitch in the original game. Why didn't they include that for Sandy? In fact, why didn't they give Patrick his own unique whistle sound effect? Oh, wait! I should not be getting so up close and personal with a G-glove. Would have had major consequences. Hey! Back off. I push this button. Now we can bounce our way back.
Okay, that's better.
Uh-oh, there's another one of those things. Too bad they're not as smart as the squirrel. But yeah, Sandy's ego was especially shown in the Season 2 episode, Pressure, where they kind of make it look like a battle of the sexes because it's SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward versus SpongeBob, Patrick, Squidward, and Mr. Krabs versus Sandy, but they do a little spin on it and says it's sea creature versus land creature.
I'm getting dizzy just watching.
That's a very clever angle. Oh!
Ew. Can't believe I'm wearing SpongeBob's underwear.
Why do all the characters in this game wear SpongeBob's underwear in this game? Why couldn't they change it to correspond with that character? Like, instead of underwear for her health, it's Sandy's panties whenever you're playing as her. Seriously, what gives?
Ooh. Do I really have to carry Patrick's socks?
I know it's unpleasant, Sandy. But once we get them to him, he'll eventually do laundry for them, and maybe that smell will go away. Oh my goodness, Patrick. Of course he won't do something like that. He's too stupid and lazy for it. I'd be willing to bet that for 70 years he's never even rinsed behind his ears.
Sometimes pushing a simple button is the most satisfying. Push, 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 push.
Wait. Does Patrick
I
even
love
have
opening
ears?
presents. Boy, Patrick will be glad to have this back. It shines.
Let's take this teleport box back here. And push this button. And bounce our way up. Wow. We didn't even need to use our little uppercut attack.
Another find for Patrick.
That's pretty neat. And we get the Sock Getter trophy for starting to expand our sock collection. So, the socks in this game are basically like Super Mario Sunshine's blue coins. All the way down to the fact that for every 10 you collect, you can get the main collectible for it. In Sunshine, the blue coins give you shine sprites, Whereas in this game, the socks give you golden spatulas. On top of that, some of the blue coins can be really hard to achieve. Whether it be because they're hard to find, or the
feel
thing
like
you
a
have
new
to do to
sponge.
get one
Take that!
is very, very unclear. Thankfully, very few of the blue coins are actually that hard to find, let alone collect. So what we're doing here is basically a
Fresh like
robot.
a spring breeze.
Basically a robot
I
farm,
feel like a new sponge.
where robots will keep spawning until we defeat the duplicator charm. At which point, we defeat all of the rest of the robots. After the duplicator charm is
Fresh
destroyed,
like a spring breeze.
and then the quest will be complete, and we'll get that golden spatula. There's also a steering wheel over here that we need to get. Two more to go. Oh, ha! Whoops. Sorry, I should have paid closer attention to that. There we go, much better. Perks of having multiple wireless controllers, for multiplayer or otherwise. Let's quickly grab this. And bounce our way back up of these springs. Now, you might be wondering at this point, why exactly is Mrs. Puff so
Patrick
apprehensive
will be glad to
about
have this
SpongeBob
back.
driving? Well, if you watch the series, you'll understand exactly why. SpongeBob's very first episode, where he's at the boating school, I think the episode was called No Free Rides. SpongeBob gets really nervous behind the wheel and makes mistakes he arguably shouldn't make. Especially considering how confident he is before he gets behind the wheel.
Roll, roll, roll the sponge.
You know, me and my brother actually made a full version of that little bit SpongeBob
Bringing it
did.
around town.
I forgot how it went though. And I still need to figure out how to get all those thunder. Wait! I could have done just that. I could have just done that all along.
I feel like a new sponge.
How did I not think to do that? Now, yes, it is a bit, painful, but, hey, if it gets the job done, I honestly don't care. Alright, let's push this last button, and a random anvil will pop. And look, a golden spatula! Sure, I could have gotten it more painlessly, but I was kind of running out of ideas. You know, I used to be really annoyed at
Fresh like a
SpongeBob's laugh,
spring breeze.
especially in the later seasons where he just laughs constantly. Sometimes I found myself laughing over SpongeBob's laugh, even in the early seasons, because it just irritated me on
I feel
such
like a
an
new
insane
sponge.
level. But nowadays, I'm more used to it again. I think I can do a pretty good imitation of it too, but I don't actually feel like it.
Just
So,
my size.
In the next episode, we will check out what's over at the scene.
Oh, sparkly.
Pretty busted up though. I hope everyone got out of there alive. So, be sure to like the video, leave a nice comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to see when I upload. And of course, share this video with everyone you know. If you want to keep up to date with whatever's going on, you can follow me on my X. So I'll see you next time. And remember, get good or get out.